Okay, very good evening everyone. We're mid-flight today, on the way down to Rhodes. Got air traffic control at the moment, and hopefully we've got air traffic control from now all the way down into Rhodes. So we're just settling in here. Just let me know if there's an issue with the volumes, etc. So let's just have a look on the map where we are. We're quite well into the flight. Okay, so here we are east of sort of the Greek mainland. Turkey is over here, and we're heading down to Rhodes, which is of course this island down here. Here's Crete, much bigger island, and Cyprus right down there. Let's just change the zoom there. I think that works out quite well. Got 313 miles to go, estimating 3.6 tons of fuel on our arrival down in Rhodes. Just want to see if the arrival came in there or not. Kodiak is the last point on our flight plan, so no, it hasn't. But we'll use the time wisely now between now and our sort of top of descent, in so much that we'll just get ourselves aware of all of the stars that are available to us. So let's just good streaming software's up and running. Just making sure that the health of the stream is good, which it is. Let's just see if we can get CP DLC to come to life. I'm not sure if the air traffic controller has to have a corresponding sort of connection request, if you will, from us, but we're not connected there at the moment. So if we just go back to it is the connection menu, and then was it status, and then back to somewhere. I'll just try a few things here. Yeah, the notification, the ATC centre there. I'm pretty sure that should be populated with a value. Now at the moment we've got LGMD, which is that one, but I'm not sure if you have to put like centre and things like that on the end of it. Either way, that's not giving us anything. I'm just going to have a quick look on the ToLiss manuals. But we're tracking ourselves on Volanta, as you saw on the map, so just checking that agrees with where we are. There's an event on going from Brussels down to Rhodes. I didn't depart from Brussels, I departed from East Midlands. It's not like like you normally get with these events, a lot of traffic on the way down. Just checking Rhodes at the moment. Yeah, it looks like it's quite busy on the ground, but should be manageable. Athens is Athens, the airport itself. That looks to be quite busy, so I wonder if some folk are just doing a shuttle from Athens down to Rhodes as well. Okay, when I said I departed East Midlands, what I actually meant was Gatwick. I was going to depart from East Midlands, and then as time was getting on here during the day, I thought we'll depart from Gatwick and just give ourselves a few a few less miles to do.
On navigation direct Mike Echo Sierra, Easy 30 Papa.
Lada 1X Bravo, flight level 390, inbound TSL.
For 1 Echo Bravo, hello, Mike approach, flight, proceed direct Mike Echo Sierra.
Direct to Mike Echo Sierra, Lada 1 Echo Bravo.
Resume on navigation, proceed direct Dicty.
Dicty, Turkish 799.
Report Mach. Arnejo Bravo, report Mach.
1 Echo Bravo, say again.
1 Echo Bravo, report Mach number.
1 Echo Bravo, direct to Mike Echo Sierra, flight level 390.
And report Mach number, please.
Radar, good evening, Glen 1341, flight level 350.
Glen 1341, hello Macedonia Radar, identify the report Mach number.
Mach decimal 78, behind 1341.
Lada 1 Echo Bravo, decimal 880.
Bravo, Roger, behind 1341, Roger, proceed direct Mike Echo Sierra.
Proceed direct Mike Echo Sierra, behind 1341.
Macedonia Radar, Israel 349er.
349er, hello Macedonia Radar, identified descent flight level 330, proceed direct Mike Echo Sierra.
And you repeat direct for the Israel 349er.
Yes, sir. Radar Mike Echo Sierra.
Roger, Israel 349 descending.
Okay, so let's just see if we can get the
continuing direct to Mike
CKDLC log on to work. It looks like we've got some
349er,
interesting weather going on out there.
Israel 3,
Certainly a bit of lightning going on.
330.
Okay, so we should be able to go to the not the notification page. We should be able to go to this page, notification, and just put in LGMD, but that's doesn't seem to work. That's definitely ID of the station that's online.
decimal 80.
Let's just come back to the flight plan page. 243 miles to go.
Decimal 78 kilometer 3.
Let's just busy ourselves with doing the keep a listen out to the ATC, and we'll go down here to
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
enter the ICO code there into the tablet. We'll come up here for the menu and just have a look at the airport page. Chart number 9, normally what you want. That gives you a good overview there of the airfield. So we've been to Rhodes before, of course. It's an elevation of 20 feet above sea level, just right on the edge of the sea there. Nice long runway, nearly 11,000 feet long, using 24 at the moment. So we'll come down here to taxiway Delta. Probably looks the most appropriate one when we consider braking action. We have got this one here, that's taxiway Charlie, but that's a sort of more than a 90-degree turn. So we'll just leave that chart waiting for us there. I wish I could see that lightning that's going on out there somewhere. It's definitely going for us, isn't it? Let's just go back to the star page. Back to the star page. So back there, and let's have a look at the arrivals. We've got the Codic, which is the last waypoint on our flight plan. That's down there somewhere, Codic. So that's an arrival that we could probably use. Let's just see if it's an arrival for runway 24. It's not. That's an arrival for runway 6. So back we go again to the index. See if there's any other Codics that are available for runway 24. Yep, here's the other one. So the Codic arrival would take us where? From there down into Rhodes, so that's interesting. That's what I'm now thinking is we'd have to overfly Rhodes and go back to sort of fly east of the airfield to come back in on ourselves. So here's the approach charts. We've got an ILS on runway 24. We'd want the ILS Zulu, and that one starts from the okay, from the Rhodes VOR. Yeah, which is quite mountainous. That's why that does surprise me. But okay, along there, back on ourselves. But they may have ideas such as to vector us in anyway. But that's something that we can certainly now plan for. ATIS, what weather have we got down in Rhodes? Let's just use a Discord server for this, and we'll just get the METAR from that by issuing /METAR LGRP, and whilst the bot thinks about it, could of course go and get the METAR from here. I assume we just go back to the McDo menu. ATSU, it's AOC, just bear with me. Weather and destination. ATIS. Not allowed, okay. And that's the ATSU menu. Just while I'm here, just let me check that. I'm just going
75.
12967 for Thomas Cook, 45 Charlie, thanks, for your ECC, bye. Okay, so he's just handed us off there to Athens radar. Want to just 1 second. Okay, so we'll just tune that in on the X pilot. And as when you normally join these frequencies, you just need to pick your moment before you go ahead and just contact them.
Αθήνα, Aegean 668, 22 ναυτικά μίλια από Μύκονο.
Just wanna. No, I'm just having a few issues here with Atlanta.
Athena
We're on
radar, good evening, Wizard 624, passing flight level 140 and climb flight level 190.
Wizard 6324, for radar contact. Continue climb flight level 310.
Flight level 310, Wizard 624.
Aegean 668, καλησπέρα. Report over Mykonos 7,500 feet.
Aegean 668, report over Mykonos.
Ένα καλησπέρα και πάλι, Aegean 229 with you inbound care, descending flight level 120.
Okay, I've just tuned in the frequency
Aegean
there.
229, καλησπέρα.
Just
Maintaining present heading, descend 3,000
go
feet.
ahead
QNH
and contact them.
1011.
Present heading, descend 3000 feet, QNH 1011, Aegean 229.
Athens radar, good evening, it's Thomas Cook 45 Charlie, just approaching Mike Echo Sierra flight level 350.
Thomas Cook 45 Charlie, hello, radar contact, expect Cordic to Delta arrival.
Good evening, and expecting the Cordic to Delta arrival for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. Okay, so that's sort of what we'd thought of we was going to get. So there's a Cordic to Delta. So it is going to be down to Rhodes, south of the airfield, bit of terrain there, and swinging it out of the easterly out of the airfield. And if you follow my mouse there, the sort of 180 to come back in on ourselves there for runway 24. So what I should do is just get pen and pencil, just so as I can write down the instructions in case we get quite busy. But as I say, it does look fairly okay down there in terms of amounts of traffic. Right, I am now furnished with nothing but the best of 90 gram note paper. Check me out. Codic to Delta arrival. There we go.
Alpha Victor, hello, stand Mil 2 Bravo Uniform, descend flight level 130 and contact Rhodes 127250, please.
Continue descent 130 and Rhodes 127250. Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Καλή συνέχεια σας από την Μil 2 Bravo Uniform.
Right, what we should do then is plan for the Codic to Delta arrival. So currently 152 miles showing there. Let's go down there to LGRP arrival, and we'll choose the ILS 24 Zulu and select the Codic to Delta arrival. So we'll put that into the temporary flight plan and then insert that. Just check it increases the distance, that's what we expect. 3.4 tons of fuel on arrival. Let's just make sure that we've not got any discontinuities, so just zoom through there. There's Rhodes that we were just talking about a few minutes ago.
Speedbird 26 Alpha Victor, hello, turn right heading 160, descend flight level 110, vectoring ILS 03 left.
Right, 110, descend, correction, wide, give me repeat heading.
Heading 160.
Right, 160, Student South Victor, descend flight level 110.
Jan 229, turn right heading 310.
Heading 310, Jan 229.
Okay, so now we've put that in there. We go to the performance page. Just need to put our arrival information in there. So we've got the approach page, and that's where we put in the local or the METAR for Rhodes. So let's just go into here. And what happened there? So we did use. Let me just try that again. The command that I used to get that a moment ago failed. Right, there we go. We've got some METAR now. So winds definitely from the west. Temperatures 14. QNH of 1009. So 1009, that goes in there. Again, in the top left, temperature 14. Quite cool, isn't it there? But obviously it's still March, so holiday season is not yet here. What should I put in there? West to southwest, so at 14 knots, so yeah, 240 at 14. That goes in there. Transition level. Now, if we just go ahead and I think the transition level was 7.5, but that's fine. And then our MDA that we'll use by the charts, I'm just going to take that as being 269, which is 200 plus the airfield elevation of 19, plus an extra 50 feet that I like to add, so that gives me 269, and a config full arrival. So we've got everything entered, so we should be good to descend in a moment when we're told to. Where's the top of drop arrow on here? So not far there from the top of drop.
Direct Codic, descend flight level 190.
Direct Codic, descend 190 for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. Okay, so we can, having put that in, we can just go direct to Codic or Codic, insert that, and start our descent down to 190. So I did the direct first because that's just going to tidy up the LNAV profile. So we'll remain in managed. Down we go. Des LNAV.
Victor, confirm runway 02 right in use.
Okay, not much to say, of course. Right, and brakes will be... Shall we use the auto brake? Yeah, go on. Let's use the auto brake, and we'll arm the speed brake at the moment. Let's just
668 Rhodes
increase the lighting a bit.
Jubair 26 Alpha Victor.
Okay, so we're going down to flight level 190.
170, and can you please confirm runway 02 right in use?
Alpha Victor, runway 03 right FM, expect ILS Zulu 03 right.
Thank you very much, expect ILS Zulu runway 03 right, speed 264 for Victor.
Etienne 668, copy, report over course at 7,500.
Etienne 668, report over course.
Etienne to the line, runway 03 right, clear to land, wind 260 degrees, no.
Which copy, clear to land, runway 03 right, Etienne to the line. Etienne radar, EZ30 Papa, flight level 370.
EZ30 Papa, hello Athena, radar contacts, flight level 370.
So that little green dot that's moving down there at the moment means it was just a bit too low on the descent profile, which is why it maintained speed, and then you probably saw that go down to thrust idle, which is its preferred thrust setting during descent. So it just held us there a little bit high, just so that we intercepted the LNAV, the VNAV profile, and then once we got there, it just retarded the throttles back down to idle, and down we go in idle thrust. Now, of course, with it being an Airbus, it doesn't physically move the throttles like you get on a Boeing. We just keep them in there in that climb detent, and it decides what it's going to do. This is an Airbus, and it's boss. Right, terrain radar. That can go on. Show you where we are on the maps page. Getting close. There's Kos. What's there? Three hours 9 then since we left. We departed with about 13.5 tons of fuel. So we've got the ground spoilers armed. No smoking sign. First officer will put the seatbelt sign in a moment. Absolutely confident they will. And we're on the way down to flight level 190. So you can see the green dot again. It's just here. That means that we are just a little bit higher of the sort of optimum VNAV profile, but there's no sweat there. As in, the difference is negligible. So, not much to see, of course. What's that ahead of us? It's one of the islands there. As I say, we've got Kos ahead of us. It could be Kos. In fact, is that even the? I'm just looking there to see if that was the runway lights. It's not. It was kind of in a line, which made me think it might be. Aha! What's this down here? That could be Kos. Been a while since I've flown there. It's quite a deceiving approach. You don't fly an ILS approach. But yeah, it's one of these where you've got the runway that's kind of not the same height as the neighbouring terrain. Okay, passing through 240 down to 190. It's got 3.8 tonnes of fuel on board. This is the IAE engines, so that's why you have the EPA. The displays are basically moved around a bit from what you would probably associate with the CFM. So you get the fuel flow there on the left and the N2 there on the left hand side. Whereas on the CFM you don't get an engine pressure ratio. So N1 I believe on those is at the top. So yeah, it's just they just move the values around a bit. You still get the engine page available as well for the other engine information. You can see that we've used nearly 10 tonnes of fuel. Did say the first officer would put the seatbelt sign on.
Makedona Radar, good evening, OK 3103 with you, mountain flight level 370 over Irana.
I think Athena radar not take this more.
Again, 43103.
Here's GN 210, I think Athena radar is offline.
Sorry, he's gonna talk to me right now. It's very low, but he's talking. Radar 43103, sorry.
3103, proceed direct Mike Echo Sierra. Athena will be back for
Mike Echo Sierra 3103.
Jeffrey 2 Romeo Alpha, ready for descent into Athens. Yeah.
Okay, so we've levelled off now then at 190.
Say it again. L240, Aircraft 2 Romeo Alpha.
Athena radar GN 210, μια ερώτηση. Το ΑΕΦΑ clearance για τη Ρόδο το πάνω από σένα.
Jet 210 θέλετε clearance.
Παίζουμε ένα ΑΕΦΑ clearance για Αθήνα. Για Ρόδο από Αθήνα.
Jet 210 να μείνετε με από εκεί.
Thomas Cook 45 Charlie level at flight level 190. So just announced our presence. Hopefully we'll get lower. There you go. So he's aware of us. So what we'll probably do as soon as we get the call to go lower is we'll probably go down in an open descent. You can see here how the VNAV profile has just dropped way below us. So just to give you an idea there, we're now nearly 2,800 feet higher than we should be at this point. So we'll control the descent once we get cleared to go lower. So Rhodes is 42 miles.
45 Charlie, contact Rhodes approach 127.250, bye bye.
12725 Thomas 45 Charlie, thanks, bye bye. Okay, so he's handed us over as well.
Etienne 24 Charlie,
So
descent
we'll
flight.
just call in there. Hello, approach Thomas Cook 45 Charlie, good evening, we're level at flight level 190.
45 Charlie, Rhodes, hello, identified, info Golf, expect vector silence, Zulu runway 24, descent flight level 90.
Descend flight level 90 for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. Okay, so down we go. 90.
6324, descent flight level 1.
Open descent, so there we just pull the altitude knob and down we go. So that will just command thrust idle, open descent, So there's a few things that pulling that does. Commands idle power, as you've seen, and does what we call an open descent, which means if you've got any constraints on there.
Charlie, turn left heading 100, please.
Left 100 for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. So we can do that 100, and then what we can do then is pull the altitude on there, and that takes us left 100. Let's just make sure it's doing that. Yep, there it goes. So it commands an idle descent and also an open descent, and what that means is any altitude constraints, it doesn't obey them. You've got to make sure though that you obey all altitude constraints. But I think what it's going to do is vector us probably north of the airfield. Let's go ahead and put in a fix, so LGRP. And then we can just put in a range ring around this, say 11 miles. Radius, that's the one. And you can see there's the 11 mile fix. And we'll put in a radial of 060 outbound. So that sort of gives us an extended runway centre line there. As you can see, that's one there just going outbound. So yeah, I think it's going to bring us in from that way, which I'd be absolutely fine with. What we got down there? Some lights. Just trying to orientate myself there with where we are. We are wings level, so that's fine. There's Rhodes here, so yeah, he's bringing us in from the north, and hopefully from the northeast, hopefully.
Thomas Cook 45 Charlie, descent altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1009.
4,1009 for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. Okay, so he's taking us down there for 4,000 and 1009. So we again, we'll just pull and let's just set that anyway. 1009, there we go. So yeah, we're definitely coming in that way from the north of the airfield. Won't be going down there over the terrain. Is that an aircraft? Yeah, Swiss Air 345.
Weather 6324, flight heading 100 degrees, descent flight level 80.
Flight level 80 and heading 100 with 624.
Okay, this is not what you'd see in the real life. I do just need to step away. Something has cropped up. So what I'll do when I do the chapters for this, I'll just put in. Obviously, you can skip this bit, but there's a bit of music while you wait.
Wizard 6324, descent altitude 6000, QNH 1009er.
QNH 1019er, and descent 6000 feet to 0624.
6324, QNH 1009er.
Action 1009er, Wizard 624.
Rhodes approach, good day, Agent 2 for Charlie, flight level 205, descender 130, we have Golf.
For Charlie, Rhodes, hello, identified for Golf correct, expect vector Silent Zulu, runway 24.
Desala Zulu 24 for Agent 2 for Charlie.
Wizard 6324, turn left heading 080, descent 5000.
Turn left 080 and descend 4000 feet to 0624.
DN24 Charlie, descent flight level 9 at 0.
Descender flight level 9 is Agent 2 for Charlie.
Wizard 6324, descent altitude 3000.
Descend 3000 feet to 0624.
Rhodes approach, hello, easy 30 Papa, passing flight level 200 for flight level 130.
30 Papa, Rhodes radar, hello, identified. Info Golf, ILS Zulu, runway 24, descent flight level 100.
Information Golf and descent flight level 100, easy 30 Papa.
Wizard 6324, turn left heading 060, descent 2000.
Left to 060 and descend 2000 feet to 0624.
And easy 30 Papa with a request.
30 Papa.
Is the VOR Zulu 24 also available?
830 Papa, I firm. VOR Zulu 34 also available. 24, correction.
Okay, we will prepare then for the VOR Zulu runway 24, easy 30 Papa.
Expect so. Wizard 6324, turn left heading 280, cleared ILS Zulu, runway 24.
Turn left to 80 and clear for alias approach 24 Zulu, Wizard 624. confirm turn left 280 for Wizz Air 624.
Firm.
Thank you.
AGN 24 Charlie, turn left heading 090, descend 4000, QNH 1009.
Left 090, descend to 4000, QNH 1009, Agent 2 for Charlie.
Air 6324, you missed the localizer. Cancel approach, turn right heading 060.
Turn right heading 060 Wizz Air 624.
Z30 Papa, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, easy 30 Papa.
Wizz Air 6324, continue right turn heading 140 degrees.
Turn right 140 degrees Wizz Air 624.
Z30 Papa, left heading 090 degrees.
Left heading 090 degrees, easy 30 Papa.
Wizz Air 6324, right heading 210, clear to LS Zulu, runway 24.
Right 210 degrees, clear for ALS approach, runway 24 Zulu, Wizz Air 624.
Z30 Papa, descent altitude 4000, QNH 1009.
Descent altitude 4000, QNH 1009, easy 30 Papa.
GN 24 Charlie, descent altitude 2000 feet.
Descend to 2000, Agent 2 for Charlie.
There's 6324, contact the tower 118.2. Goodbye, good night.
118.2 Wizz Air 624, good night sir, bye bye.
Okay, right, I am back. I do apologise, just real life does get in the way. And just before I go ahead and hit the resume, I've just asked the controller
Good evening.
if I can go ahead and resume, and he's just said give me 1.5 minutes, there's traffic crossing, and you probably saw that. I didn't see the call sign, but I was aware of a kind of aircraft. In fact, he's there you are, several aircraft, so I'm just going to acknowledge him as well,
070 AG
and he's all good. So I've just had a private message there with the controller. It's not ideal, but real life gets in the way sometimes. We just have to help each other out. So just waiting for him to give us the okay on that. Hopefully the music's good while we're waiting. So where are we? 10, flight level 10-7. On the way down to flight level or to 4,000 feet, 1009. So all is good. So just to repeat, we are just waiting. There's an easy there just coming past as well. So earlier on it didn't look too busy, but it's looking like things are heating up a bit down there. You can see
and 24 Charlie, turn right heading 210, clear.
There's the easy going that way.
Right heading 210, cleared Alice.
One out there where I'm moving the mouse, and I'm not sure there if the Wizz Air is. Yeah, he's on approach as well. And it looks like we are good. Okay, so I'm just going to thank the controller again as we resume.
One Echo Bravo, turn left heading 1003.
So when I'm paid a captain's salary, I will not, under any circumstances, pause the sim or deviate from that and allow real life to get in the way, but I don't sit in the left or right hand seat of an airliner, and we do this for everyone's enjoyment. So these guys are really good. It's not too busy. So let's just bring down the navigation display there to 10 on that side, 20 on that side. Left 070 degrees for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie, and you can just see a bit of the turbulence here. So left 70 degrees. Make sure the aircraft is doing what we expect it's doing, and you can now see with the runway extended centre line, you can see why he's giving us that turn there, because it just kind of takes us parallel to the runway on the right hand side of us. So let's just go to the airport section there. Let's have a look at the chart, and you can see exactly where we are. So we're north of the airfield. I thought that was us actually with a Charlie on the end of the call sign. So next frequency as well. So as a tip, when you're on VATSIM, just have a look at the next frequency that you're likely to get. So in our case it's going to be Rhodes Tower 118.2.
45 Charlie, descent altitude 3000.
3000 for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. So down we go, 3000. We'll still use open descent. Make sure it's doing what we expect. And what you can do, even though the X-Pilot client will just let you right click on it and tune in, you can always do probably what they will do in real world, and let's use your standby frequency here and go 118.2. So you just load that in the box there, and then when you get the call to contact tower 118.2, you just click the transfer window there. Okay, so he's taken us, so we're now beyond the 11 mile from the airfield. As you can see, that's our extended runway centre line. And there's a Rhodes 4 there, 17 miles, that's back that way. You can see the Rhodes VOR is there. Probably do a tune in the Papa Alpha Romeo VOR there, but it's probably a bit late in the day. 108.6, if we
turn right heading 150 degrees.
Turn right 150 for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. So right, he said 150, so doing the maths there, that's kind of 90 degrees. That's the word perpendicular to that. 108.6. So we can just put in there the
45 Charlie, continue right turn heading 210, clear ILS Zulu, runway 24.
Turn right 210, cleared for the ILS 24 right 24 Zulu, approach for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie.
Bravo, descent altitude 2000.
210.
Descent 2000, louder 1 Echo Bravo.
What we'll do now then, we'll just go ahead and we'll arm the approach. And on the Airbus, we need to just select the localizers there.
Charlie, continue right turn heading 270 to establish.
Right 250 to establish on the localizer for runway 24. Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. Okay, you can see though here the heading is now dashed out, and that means that we're already established on the localizer there. So everything's fine. There's a localizer, so it's actually just going to have to swing a bit further wide right to get this. And there's the glide slope, but we're on the way down to 3000. Let's just keep an eye on the speed. But with 20 miles to go, that should be fine. Here's 108.2, 108.6, we can put that there, and that's on the left VOR. So you can see that that now points to 19 miles, and that's what it's pointing to there. So just around the airfield there, 19 miles away. So we should have plenty of room there to slow down. So back to the flight plan. It's saying 76 miles. Why? Because we veered off the flight plan, we were vectored, so let's just put in there direct 24 Zulu. Now what we do need to do is not engage LNAV again, so we've got open descent nav. Let's just put the approach mode back in there. Alt, glide slope, so they're the next modes, but it is, let's just go and intercept it, so we'll just go 250. That should be enough, but we'll just kind of turn right a bit more aggressively. How many nautical miles left? 15 now. About 50. What I'm doing, I'm just using this down here. So 14.8. That's to the PAR VOR, which you can see is down here on the chart. You can see that's where the aircraft is now, so it's about to intercept it. And you can see the flight plan there is just slightly different. So
Heading 100 degrees, kilometer.
the other point of reference that we've got is this dashed blue line, and we put that in knowing that that was 11 miles. Dang, it's not got the localizer. Let's just put that back in. There we go, we just spotted that. So we should be turning there for the localizer. And let's now take config 1, start to slow up as well. We are cleared approach. It didn't give us any speed restrictions. But let's just start to slow down. Once we get to these dashed amber lines and we go below that, we can then take config 2. Let's do that now, config 2.
45 Charlie, continue clear for the approach, contact tower 118.29.
Cleared approach and contact tower 118.2. Thanks very much for your ATC. Good night. Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. Okay, so over to the tower. We'll just click that frequency there now. That's made that nice and easy. On the glide. So aircraft's probably going to struggle to slow down here. Let's just announce tower. Hello tower, Thomas Cook 45 Charlie on the approach runway 24. Hopefully that's the right frequency.
Last station, say again.
It's Thomas Cook 45 Charlie on the approach runway 24.
Thomas Cook 45 Charlie, good evening, continue approach runway 24.
Continue approach runway 24 for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. So normally what I'd do here is I'd probably go speed intervene, but we're going to go gear down. Let's let that airspeed bleed off as well now. So by putting the gear down, that puts a bit more drag out. We've got 2,000 feet. That's fine. Let's have a look. Let's just ding the cabin just up there, and we'll let the speed come down to about 165. That seems fine by me, and we're going to go now config 3. So config 3 there, we've got 6 miles to go. Sorry, that's more like 7, isn't it? According to the PAR VOR, but it is less than that. You can see the bit of traffic down there. Okay, so we'll just now push the speed button and let it command the speed. We're not yet cleared. I'm going to go config full.
Easy 30 Papa, contact ground on 121.7.
Ground spoilers are armed, that's fine.
121.7, thank you, easy 30 Papa.
Okay, 1000 as you heard.
Thomas Cook 45 Charlie, wind 250 at 14, runway 24, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 24, Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. Okay, so we are cleared to land. So wind is pretty strong there. There's a KLM there above us going the other way. Autopilot's disconnected. Yep. So hopefully we'll make a reasonable landing. Just feel the wind there, just dancing the aircraft round a bit.
400.
Seem to have double call out sounds, but that's fine. Just conscious sound, just getting a bit low, or just feels like I've got the potential to be a bit low.
Minimum.
So now just continue. Over the threshold there, that's nice.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Power off. That's a bit floaty, but there we go. Reverse. Keeping her on the centre line. We'd brief to go down to taxiway Delta. We'll just see how that goes for us. There's 80 knots. 70. What we'll do there, just disengage the reverse. Reverse is stowed. 30 knots. Bit more brake. Just in case he's got any aircraft on the approach. Don't want to hog the runway. So we'll just clear the active. That's fine. Right, welcome to Rhodes, everyone.
Thomas Cook 45 Charlie, contact ground on 121.7. Bye-bye.
1217 for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie. Many thanks for your ATC this evening. Bye-bye. Okay, so I've got a ground controller on. We'll just start to clean her up a bit. Hello ground, it's Thomas Cook 45 Charlie, just vacated runway 24 on taxiway Delta. So I think that was left on Foxtrot, yes it was. Left on Foxtrot, and then Juliet, and was it stand 5 for Thomas Cook 45 Charlie? Thank you. Okay, so let's now strobes off, and when I've got the increase in workload there, just having the virtual first officer to clean her up is always appreciated. So round we go, 6 knots, a bit of oomph. This is nice actually to have this coverage of ground, tower, approach, and not be too busy. That's really nice. I wished I'd have been able to have maybe landed here a few hours ago and done a return as well. So sat on the ground and then done a return, but it's not going to happen today. It's 10:15 here. Had a busy weekend. Some good food. Some nice drink. So I need to make sure we are well rested for the day job. Thanks very much, Lego. It's good to see you here again. And thank you, Ham, as well. Appreciate you both watching. Really good to see you both. So there's the easy. When I did say to him stand 5 and confirmed it, I didn't exactly brief myself on where 5 was, so yikes. Let's just might just need to get a bit creative. One moment. So what we got here? I don't think there's anyone behind us. So there isn't. Let's just have a quick. It's realistic. Pilots do this all the time, I'm sure. They just jump out their aircraft. Stand 5. Well, we know that's going to be between stand 6 and 4, I think. Juliet, right. Not Juliet Bravo, like they once said to me at Stansted. Whatever that was all about. Those are the IAE engines as well. So we'll just come around here, there's an easy. Easy. Right, so there's stand 1. I think, yep. So we'll just come around the corner. Let's just have a look. We've got the turn off lights off, just got the taxi lights on. That's fine. And you normally get the numbers here on the ground. So 2, normally indicating where the gates are. Here's gate 3. So this part is just like driving down a street. So there's Air Valencia.
Trans 659 ready for taxi. Yeah, Trans 659.
He's just making sure that I go in the right place. There's gate 4. And gate 5 will be on our right hand side. You should see some marks on the ground. Yeah, absolutely. As you rightly say there. That may or may not have been visible on the YouTube. It was a private message as well. So yeah, but you're absolutely right. You've got the ground markings there. Main trick is just to make sure that I.
Trans 659 taxi via Alpha.
There we are. So there's gate 5. Probably just a little bit over the over the line. We'll just switch off the taxi light, And as I say, entirely realistic. Just jump out the aircraft. So this livery is what they called a Monarch Cook, not exactly a Thomas Cook. So the airline is of course Thomas Cook, but Monarch folded the year before Thomas Cook did. During 2019, beg your pardon, during 2018, Thomas Cook acquired some of the Monarch fleet, the A321s. They both had 321s there in their fleet, and to get them quickly in the air, they kept the same livery as Monarch there on the fuselage. They painted the tail with the Sunny Heart livery and slapped on Thomas Cook down there. We're rolling backwards, by the way, and wrote Thomas Cook down there, and that became known as Monarch Cook to the spotters. There we go. Put the brakes on, and I'm just going to save this with the engines running, and go on to saving there. I won't tell you how I number these. I'll just call that one 76. Let's establish some power. Let's put the dome light on first, nice and bright. Go to the ground menu, chocks, external power, and low power, low pressure conditioning. So part brakes are off, brake fans are off. Let's just have a quick look at the wheels there. They're a bit warm, they're a bit warm. Okay, up to here, connect the external power. Engine 2 cut, and engine 1 cut. And just verify there that the engines are winding down. There we go, EGTs are coming down. Beacon light off, seatbelts off, and in preparation for refueling prior to going back to Gatwick, put the fuel pumps off as well. So we are all good. We're nicely on the ground there in Rhodes. IRSs can go off. Total flight time 3 hours 33 minutes.
Rhodes ground, good evening, beeline 1341.
Just make a note of that, and that can go into my flight log.
1341.
So there we go, the engines are just spooling down there, and doors page. Cabin doors already opened, cargo doors already opened, etc. So that's a really nice arrival. What's the high pressure unit for? Sorry, just 1 second. High pressure unit. Do you mean down here? Okay. So what you've got, these two items here. You've got low pressure air, high pressure air. So generally, to just maintain air conditioning in the cabin, you use low pressure. I think, and I've not yet tried it, but if you want to start the engines without using the APU, you would need a source of high pressure bleed air. So normally you get that from the APU. It's up here, which is why when you've normally got the APU on, you've got the master switch on, and you've got the APU bleed on. And then what you do is, just read another comment there. So then what you do, down by the ignition, when you just let me turn the air traffic. In fact, I should have announced it on stand as well. Dear, 1 second. And Rhodes ground, just to inform Thomas Cook 45 Charlie is shut down. Thanks very much again for your services this evening. Very good night to you.
Welcome, bye-bye.
Thank you. Alright, so we've announced our aircraft is secure, and they should expect a load of passengers, all traipsing through international arrivals, all of them with whatever device they are using to fan their faces, such as their passports and napkins, etc. Right, So let's have a look. So in order to start the engines normally, I mean the way I've been doing this for years is I've been using the APU. So in the Airbus you just have the that's already on and the bleed's already on, and the bleed is the part that's really important. So until engine start, that's providing pressure to the packs, to the left and right packs normally. And then prior to engine start, you're familiar with moving this switch over to the start position, right? What that does, when you do that, you can check the bleed page. I can't do it now because I've not got the APU running. But what you'll notice is that you'll get a change here, right, as it transfers the bleed air away from the packs, ready to start the engine. So the bleed air, the pressure of the bleed air that it's got. Hello, SNXQ. I know you from Flight Factor. Welcome. So I was just talking about bleed air there for the engine start. So what you'll notice, effectively, what you're doing is the amount of bleed air that was going to the packs. You're saying, yeah, not going to the packs anymore. All that bleed air is available then to start to turn the engines, and it's that part, the initial air going into the engine, starts it turning. As it turns, you eventually introduce fuel, and then the thing is self-sustaining. It runs by itself. And you start the other engine, and off you go, and then you wind down the APU. But I'll probably show a bit more about that when we get back into the either into the 757 or into the Zebo. Because on a Boeing, certainly on the 737, you just have to manage those steps, whereas on an Airbus, like the 320, the 321, it's definitely a bit more automated. So, any other last minute questions before I disappear? It's great to see them. I normally have 90 viewers, so you know it's normally a lot of people, and they don't talk, to be honest. So having a few is even better. So any more questions for this evening? I'm not doing another flight. Not tonight. Not tonight. I've got back into VATSIM. Thanks to Simly Bob for that. On a flight with him the other night, up from just a short hop up from Charles de Gaulle up to Gatwick. So I might just refly that during the week. It's just a nice sort of 40-minute sector. Those who are familiar with Charles de Gaulle, it's quite a busy airport. 4 runways, and then up to Gatwick. So yeah, like I say, it's just a 40-minute flight. So I might do another flight with that. Right. New stream. I don't know. When should we do one this week? I need to get some exercise in this week as well, by the way. So maybe Tuesday. Tuesday might be a good one, or Thursday. But for those of you that know me, and we have a sort of occasional Discord message, just give me an idea as to from and to, and we'll see what we can do. But like I say, that otherwise the sort of refly to the Charles de Gaulle up to Gatwick would be a good one. Where am I from? From the UK. From sort of the middle of the country there. Within Leicestershire, near East Midlands Airport, which is a good place to go and do some spotting, to be honest, especially when runway 27's, when runway 09 is in use. It's good. There's a nice location where you can go and park up, and you can see them touch down and take off. You know, from runway 09. If 27's in use, it's a bit more tricky. You can do a nice sort of about a mile walk around the perimeter, and you get a great view of them when they touch down and take off as well. But it just needs a bit more planning. Okay, well, I really do appreciate the sort of final few messages in there, and hopefully you've learnt something. That's what we like to do in life, keep learning. Stay safe, everyone, and I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks again then. If you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Spread the word as well. Let's get some other subscribers there, and get some exciting routes, and have a good week everyone, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks again, really do appreciate it. Good night.